What is the first rule of any game, Mr. Green?
The only way to get smarter is by playing a smarter opponent.
Hey, so I've had quite an interesting day. I started out this morning and I had breakfast with Toby Shabshak from Maven Media. He's the publisher of Stuff Magazine, TED speaker, million+ views, really, really unbelievable guy. And then I went and I had lunch with Robbie Brosen, the founder of Nando's. So I'm in the middle of this amazingness sandwich, and one theme emerged from both interactions. And it was this idea of how I'm speaking to these two people who are both giants for me. They're both like really, really amazing people in their field and in their space. And not one of them had an ounce of ego. And it's something that I think that I sometimes can struggle with, or people struggle with, is that you become successful in an area and you start believing it. And I spoke at a conference a few weeks ago. It was a conference for an appliance firm. And they're the leaders in their space. And what I realized was that when I was talking to them, it's very, very hard when you're in the number one spot. You know, if you're the number one company that makes notebooks, then, you know, who do you measure against? You're Moleskine, like whatever, man, this is who I am. And I think when it happens, if I was the number one notebook company in the world, what you have to do is you have to stop measuring yourself against criteria in which you can win, right? When you measure yourself against the field that you're the best at, it's a very, very slippery slope to a terrible ego place. And anytime that this happens, anytime that I think that I'm even vaguely successful, I might go and have a lunch with a guy like Robbie Brosen, who's still challenging to doing things that are amazing and push himself further. And Toby, who feels like he's only starting his journey. And then all of a sudden I realize, not that great, Sonny Jim, you know, you take it down a notch. And I think it's important for a number of reasons. One, because you don't want to be on the douchebag curve. You don't want to be an arsehole. But two, because if you think you're at the top of your game, you stop pushing, right? It's hard to push from when you're out front. And I think what we need to try and do is find better things to measure yourself against. So anything, look at any space where you're good at. If you're good in a notebook business, well then measure yourself against everyday carry in general. Well, I've got a very successful notebook business, but you know, more people are carrying iPhones. So I need to work harder and try harder. And I guess this goes back to the theme of last week's video, which is to do better. And we can always do better, but we'll only properly do better if we measure ourselves against somebody better than us. So just make sure, and I spoke a while ago about, you know, do something you could win the Olympics for, but make sure that that's not where you stop, and make sure that you're constantly measuring yourself against the giants who are bigger than you. They're easy to find. Just open your eyes and look around. Anytime you find yourself feeling like you're winning, like you're too big for your boots, there's somebody else just around the corner. Think about it. Peace. Wait, don't go anywhere. Hold on a second. I'm trying to build something here, and it's slow and it's taking time, but I think we're onto something. So what I need you to do, if you're watching on Facebook, I need you to share it. If you're watching on YouTube, share it. But if you're on YouTube, I want you to hit the subscribe button or ring the bell thing. I want you to be notified, and more importantly, wherever you're watching, I want you to comment. I want to hear, did this resonate, did it not? What do you want me to talk about in the future? What are problems you're facing? And I want to turn this into something that I think will be of real value to people. So please share and speak up.